I'd like to welcome everybody to the first episode of my sneaker vlog. As I told y'all, my sneaker vlog is not only about the sneaker, it's about the experience with the sneaker. So I'm gonna share a personal life experience with y'all. So when these came out, I think it was 97, you know what I'm saying? 1997, the original drop of these. And at that time, they had the Grand Hills out. They kind of stole the whole image of these. Getting into the story, right? This time in my life was a different time in my life. I'm at a peaceful place. I was wilding back then, like, you know what I'm saying? I was doing the most. I was living in poor Richmond, and in this neighborhood, I just want to tell y'all the story because I got to tell a story to get up to the story, right? So it makes sense because I'm not trying to glorify this. It's actually a teachable moment, you know what I mean? For like the youth or just anybody who might be in a similar situation. So at this time in my life, I'm wilding. I'm in a neighborhood where I'm not even from, and more or less like I'm dictating, taking control over this neighborhood, telling people, you know, you can hustle here. We gonna hold down right here, but if we catch you any place other than here, it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? And we not even from here, right? But we telling people where they could get money at, and they've been out here all their lives doing what they do until we came, man. We felt like we wanted to give the orders, you know what I'm saying? So we're doing that, right? And we set up at a spot around the corner. It's a spot, it's the train tracks actually, like watched a lot of movies and stuff, and we thought this was like our Nino Brown situation. So we turned the whole train tracks into like a spot where we was hustling. We had lookouts on top of the tracks. We had it to where you would stay there behind the gate, you would make the sales through the gate. You know, they hand the money, you hand them whatever. If police come up, you could flee and you could run down the tracks, you know what I'm saying, to the harbor or towards West Brighton, either way, or you could just jump off like onto somebody's roof and just kind of mingle through the backyards. It was a lot of easy getaways in Port Richmond. So we were attached to some dudes who was really official. So the things we were doing or was able to do was different than other people because our connect was crazy, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, what they were doing in that neighborhood, if they were selling dimes, right, our nickels looked like their dimes, or our dimes looked like their 20s from the neighborhood I was coming from. So it was like being out of town in this neighborhood. And we was really taking advantage. Like, we would go to the club that was around the corner. The club, we caused so much problems in this spot. It was called The Bridge on Port Richmond Avenue. They pretty much used to let us do anything we wanted in the spot. Like, they would let us bring our own bottles in. Cause we would be in there every weekend turning up, like robbing people, doing wild, negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was at a different place in my life, you know what I'm saying? This is why I understand where the youth is coming from, because I've been there, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't charge us at the door. Like, anything they could do just to make us not cause a problem in the spot, they was willing to let us do. They did check us, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't with no firearms, but somehow we still managed to get that in. Like, we would think of all kind of crazy ways just to hide it where you wasn't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So this is how we were terrorizing this neighborhood, right? This is how much we was turned up. I remember one day I was walking down the street in this neighborhood, and it's me and my boy, and he like, yo, dude got a gun on him. And my ignorant self is like, you know, and I'm just trying to show y'all how ignorant I was. My ignorant self is like, well, he got a gun on him. So I press dude, and I walk up on him, and I tap his waist. And when I tap his waist, I feel he do got a gun on him. So I grab the gun, and me and him is literally like tussling for the gun, like some movie shit, but this is real life shit where I could have died or he could have died from my reckless actions, right? But so we wrestling for the gun, and I get the gun first, and I point the gun at him, and I'm like, yo, nah, back up. And I start to run with the gun, ignorance, right? And I'm running down not Port Richmond Avenue, but the side block right there where there's a fire department right there. And this is years ago, you know what I mean, past the statute of limitations. Nobody got hurt, nobody got murdered, so I can speak on this. There was a fire department right there, and one of the fire department people happened to see me running past, and I guess they thought I might have did something harmful, or they didn't know what I did. They just see me running with a gun, and they attempted to try to like grab me, and I guess be like a hero. You know what I'm saying? And shouts to them, I commend them, because that takes a lot of bravery to try to stop somebody with a gun, and you don't got a gun. So, I mean, I actually commend that guy. But as he was trying to stop me, I ended up pointing the gun at him, and I didn't fire or nothing, but I was just like, nah, don't touch me. And he backed off, and I fled right to the crib. And this is all leading up to the moment of the story of these sneakers. So eventually I go buy these sneakers, and the day of me buying these sneakers, I'm walking up the block, and I done did some horrible stuff in this neighborhood, man. Like I done stood in front of a church, and cause I felt like the police action wasn't crazy over there. Ignorance, right? And I'm taking advantage of the fact that the police ain't gonna search the church. So I'm stashing at the church, and like, God, Lord forgive me, God forgive me. Like, I'm saying this because I'm not proud of it. I'm saying this because this is how my mentality was, and this is how lost I was, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm taking advantage of the church as possibly I can stash my work here, or I can make pops here, because the police ain't really stressing right here. Not even thinking about the good people in the church, or, you know what I'm saying, how much I'm putting them at risk, right? So my people's knock on the door. They like, yo, one of the little workers that was hustling for us had an issue with one of the dudes that we was already telling them where they could hustle at, all kind of stuff, and they going for this, right? So now my little dude got an issue with one of the little dudes they got an issue with, and we're walking up the block, and before we left, right, this is why the whole story ties in. That same gun that I took from the guy that was on Richmond Avenue, it was sitting right there in my house. And my boy was like, yo, bring the gun. And I'm like, nah, we don't need that, because I'm thinking I'm so invincible, I'm so tough, nobody's not gonna do nothing to me. My name is a pistol. I'm a pistol. Like, that's how I felt, right? So I'm like, nah, we don't need that. We're gonna go out the block, we're gonna let them shake it out, and that's gonna be it. So we go out the block, they shooting it, they shooting the fair one, and the little dude we with is getting the best of the little dude they with. So it kind of got crazy where they jumped in on the dude. So now as they jump in on dude, automatically me and my peoples, we jump in. Now it's a whole brawl, and they still not getting the best of the situation. We're getting the best of the situation in the fight. So now someone pulls out a gun and someone's shooting in the air, and when they shoot in the air, I turn around, ignorance. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna do nothing. You soft, you pussy. This dude shot in the air to give me an opportunity to stop what I was doing, right? To chill, like, nah, chill, yo, just chill. But instead of me chilling, right, or my ignorance, and I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna shoot nobody. I'm looking at him in his face, telling him he's not gonna shoot me. You know what I'm saying? Then turn my back on him to go beat up his cousin while he's still holding a smoking gun. This is how ignorant and dumb I'm thinking in my head, right? And nobody ain't gonna do nothing to me. That's what I think, right? So I turn around and I'm fighting with dude, and I hear another shot. Ignorance in my mind is like, dude still shooting in the air. That's what go through my head. My boy taps me on the shoulder like, yo, look down at your chest. I look down, and the only thing I could think of is like the Fist of the North Star movie. I say this all the time. We used to watch it all the time in the crib. When they was poking holes in dude's chest, and the blood was coming out like a faucet. That's how it was shooting out of my chest. A split second. I gotta get out of here. I gotta do something, right? So again, I watch wild movies, gangster movies, all types of stuff I used to watch in the crib, and a Rambo movie saved my life. Cause watching Rambo tie his own wounds in the movies, like, people say movies is bullshit, but that really is an actual fact of something that saved my life. That's something that I'm taught now, working with the people in the communities and stuff, right? Stop the bleed. So putting pressure on the wound will give you more time to make it to the hospital to where they could do something. And me watching that in the movie and applying that in real life actually was a part of saving my life. So now I'm running down Harrison Avenue from damn near Port Richmond Avenue and Harrison Avenue to 72 Harrison, which is like 2-3 blocks down, right? That's where I lived at. Now I'm knocking on the door. My dog is going crazy. I got a crazy dog. I ain't even bring the dog with me, right? I could have brought the dog with me. Again, I thought I had it. I'm the dog. I'm the gun. It's my mentality at that time. My dog's going crazy at the door. My mom's opened the door. She's hysterical. She see the blood. She can't even drive me. Her boyfriend is there. We jump in the car. If it wasn't for him, because my mom was in no way she could look at her son damn near dying and be able to drive and focus to get me to the hospital. So he jumped in the car. I'm in the back seat. And I just remember saying over and over, God, don't let me die. God, don't let me die. I said that as many times as it took for the car to get from when I got in to when I got to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? My eyes are, I don't even remember if they open or closed, but I know I'm conscious, right? So we get to the hospital, and when I get to the hospital, I think I'm gonna step out. This is what I think in my mind. I think I'm gonna get out the car and I'm gonna walk right into this hospital and I'm gonna sit down and wait for them to, you know what I'm saying? Movie shit. But this is when real life kicked in too. I told you some movie shit saved my life, but nah, that's some fake movie shit, right? Because you're not getting up and just walking and like everything is alright. So I got up and I took a step. And when I took a step, I saw the ambulance bringing somebody else in. And I guess they shit wasn't that serious, because when I stepped out and they saw me, they had a ready look like they was about to come help me. But in the process of me taking the second step, I fell and I hit the floor. And when I hit the floor, it was like I just blacked out, and I felt them picking me up, and I was still conscious a little bit, but that's when I was like, I felt like I was going out. They was throwing me on the stretcher, and I remember them rolling me through the hospital doors, and then I'm out of it. I woke up to them just cutting the side of my chest, sticking the tube down my chest, and that was the most painful part of the whole situation, was the tube. The shooting and everything, like, I didn't feel that. My adrenaline was pumping because of the fight, so I didn't even feel, I can't even say it hurt to get shot, because it didn't hurt. Like, not wanting to die is crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, but it didn't hurt me because of the adrenaline. I don't know how it would have felt if the adrenaline wasn't pumping, but it didn't. I didn't even feel the shot, really, like, to be honest. They're sticking the tube down my chest. I'm yelling like top of my, ah! I know the whole hospital had to hear it, like, the way I'm yelling, because that pain was different, right? But shouts to them in the hospital, St. Vincent's, which is called Rumsey now. It was St. Vincent's at the time. They saved my life. I got a lot of respect for that hospital. I've been in there for a couple different situations, stabbings and shit like that, but they saved my life. But this situation is just, it's not easy for me to express, right? But I'm good with expressing it, because I hope that another young man will learn, or another young woman will learn, and won't be in a situation where they push somebody to hurt you. Because that's what this was about. I pushed somebody to hurt me, right? I had several times in this situation where I could have walked away, or I could have made a better decision, but I didn't. And even when the shot went off, I could have made a better decision, and I didn't. And I forced somebody to have to do something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter if a person's scared, a person is tough, you push somebody to the limit, it can happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? And never feel like, when we growing up, I know we feel invincible. We feel like the son of Zeus, but we not. You know what I'm saying? We human beings, and we can die. And even if we ready for this shit, right? What I hurt more than me, traumatized from the situation or whatever trauma I went through, is the trauma I put my mother through. You know what I'm saying? The trauma I put this lady through, who was moving to different neighborhoods to get me away from Park Hill, so I wouldn't be in the bullshit. But she moved me to Port Richmond, and I bring my Park Hill niggas with me to Port Richmond and continue the bullshit out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had opportunities and chances that I did not take advantage of. I took them for granted. You know what I'm saying? And don't take your opportunities for granted, right? That's the message in this, and that's the story behind this sneaker. I think I'm gonna wear it for my birthday, but I'm not gonna wear this sneaker a lot. If I do wear it, it's gotta be at a super calm event. I wore a similar sneaker like this, and I say that. The sneaker that dropped last year, and I ended with this. I wore that sneaker, and wearing that sneaker, I wore that sneaker a lot, and there was a day where there was a minor incident that almost transitioned into a similar situation, and I was wearing a similar sneaker, and it made me look down at the sneaker like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But thank God everything went great in that situation. I'm a better thinker, I'm a better person. I'm better at communicating, I'm better at helping to resolve situations than cause problems. So thank God for that, you know what I'm saying? And if you have a chance to go cop these, I know people be saying these is dirt, but watch how I fuck these up on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? I might inspire you to go get a pair. But that's my story. I was really fiending for these. I did not have these since 1997. You know what I'm saying? And when I wore them for one day. Blood all over them, ruined. My outfit ruined. So to see these right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's super special. Like, it brings back mad memories. These was my joints though. I might have to throw these on the wall and frame them. Peace, y'all. Go copy your pair.